walkers, wizards, children of all ages. On behalf of the Blind Eternities Wrestling League, welcome to the beautiful Plain of Jun for the exciting conclusion of THANTISMANIA 2018. Bringing you the action as always, I'm your host, Skip Drawstep, and joining me as my partner commander for this evening is two-time THANTISMANIA winner, Ramp the Champ Hampton. Ramp, go ahead and tell the people how you feel.
Yeah, it's always great to be back here for one of the best events in wrestling history. We've got 32 legs, 4 great competitors, and one hell of a battle coming up ahead of us, Skip.
That's right, Ramp. Courtside, we have each of the coaches standing by with their arachnid combatants preparing for the battle to come. In the bottom left, we have the dark horse from the plain of Dubuque, Iowa, Ben Snyder, a.k.a. the Amazing Snyder Man. In the top left on your screen from Los Angeles, it's Crawlin' Paul Pershai. In the top right corner, Zack Arachnid Levine. And on the bottom right, host of the popular YouTube series FRIENDETTA, it's the one and only Bug Catcher Scarizard.
Yeah, now we're going to have time to get into each of the strategies of each team here in a sec, but before we do, for anyone out there new to THANTISMANIA, there is only one rule, and that rule is combat. You can take infinite turns, you can draw as many cards as you like, but you can only take home the victory by way of rumbling into the red zone like God intended. You'll see a lot of dirty tricks, a lot of things you might not see in a normal game of Commander here on THANTISMANIA, but if it attacks, it absolutely is allowed in the rules. I'm getting word that we have the team standing by, so without further ado, let's hear from each of the squads about who they're representing and how they think they'll get it done.
So I'm here on behalf of Thandy Savage, and she brings an assortment of tricks to her web, to the squared circle, and including, most importantly, a lot of high spun aerial moves. We're going to be throwing a number of little spiders, hopefully, at everyone's face, or alternatively, loading up the graveyards using Altar of Dementia. So the deck is all about stockpiling the graveyard with tribal spiders. Every creature in the deck is a spider, and the creatures that are made by the deck are also spiders. And we'll see if she has what it takes to pin down, what would that be, 24 other sets of legs?
Yeah, that would be 24. Damn. All right, that's cool. Spider tribal is not... I guess you're the tribal guy now. You've unseated Shinkari as the elf guy. You're just... Anytime you play on the show, it's going to be some form of a tribal deck. All right, Paul, now we're going to move to you. You can do your cool chittering noise, but so you just heard about the Spider Tribal deck that's in play. Tell us about yours and how yours differs. You said you changed up a bunch of cards since the last time. Maybe you can talk about that. Go.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm here representing my client, Roxy Monoxide. Acknowledged, difficult to pronounce, so she has given permission to the broadcast crew to just go with Roxy for the night. Those of you who saw Friended episode 9, I believe, may remember a less than stellar showing, except perhaps for that one play where I socked, Reaper King in the face for 12.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Did a bunch of damage to the Reaper King, all in vain.
So, looking to do a little more of that, a little less of the not really impactful stuff. My client's been training some. Deck's got some new cards in, old cards out. Pretty much same strat. Be better at swinging than everyone else, just in a bit more of an effective, focused way this time.
All right, cool. Zack, we've obviously talked about your deck a lot on the show, usually anytime, because it's so different from everyone else. So you may have some new cards, you may not have some new cards, but at least position yourself against the other Thanti here and tell me about what you've got going on.
So I'm here representing Monica, the matriarch of the Spark, and what she brings to the table is more legs. And these legs have special powers. They can in fact walk from one plane to another. What she's here to do is protect those legs so they can do their walking. These boots were made for planeswalking.
Just a lot of walking over everybody, huh?
Exactly. And use her own 8 legs to defend those special legs while they take over the game.
So a lot of planeswalkers, not a lot of attacking, and I'm privy to some knowledge here. You have some pretty explosive, some might say apocalyptic cards hidden within your deck. Am I correct?
Yes, sometimes all the legs need to go.
I see. Well, hopefully none of us have to see that. And then I'm here, Patrick, your host, representing my client, the fan favorite, some might say, the OG Thantis at the very least, robbed of her victory against Tuvasa the Sunlit, Evan Montero's Voltron enchantment deck. The Web of Lies has returned, and she brings with her a more political focus, I think, as you might expect, but also a lot of group hug, group slug cards. She's kind of a tag team specialist here, and so I don't really know how she's going to handle herself in a free-for-all, but I think even within that big fight, she can do a lot of things like add tokens to a lot of other people's boards or give beneficial effects to opponents while also protecting herself, kind of biding her time and waiting for a moment to kind of strike. She's not really here to come out of the gate swinging. I'm not really going to be, she's not going to be the aggressor, but hopefully we can find a window of opportunity to kind of spin up everybody else.
Scarizard!
So, then yeah, we'll just move on to the game. Everybody has their starting hands. Ben, you won the invisible die roll, so go ahead and kick us off. Thantismania 2018. It's running wild, brother.
All right, let's see what we can do here. We've got the exciting Carclusion Forest.
Wow.
Go.
That's really a forest? What the hell?
It's a forest of rocks.
I'm just... that's got to be the oldest... that has to be the oldest version of Carclusion Forest, right?
It is, yeah. Ice Age.
Yeah. I see. Well, there you go. I guess it's a forest.
I'm going to play an Evolving Wilds, and I'm going to turn it into a mountain. Go ahead.
I'm just going to play an old Dominaria Swamp. Go ahead.
I see. Well, they all with the cool older lands. I'm going to play a nice, shiny, foily promo Savage Lands. So we got the Jund Tricolor coming out, and then I will pass the turn to you, Ben.
All right, I'm going to cast I'm going to play Route Farm and
cast your land. Okay.
We're going to go with I'm going to discard Penumbra Spider.
Ooh, what? Wow, you know what? I won't ask. I'm going to have to ask too many times for your deck. I'll leave this one.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Rootbound Crag.
Ooh. Comes into play untapped, baby. Let's go.
Got that mountain. Tapping this for a Duskwatch Recruiter.
Oh God, this was a standard menace. Tell us all about Duskwatch Recruiter.
Yes, so he's a 2/2, and he has an ability. Pay 2 and a green to look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And Shadows of Innistrad card here. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Duskwatch Recruiter. Kralin Horde Howler, 3/3. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
Yes.
And the untransform mechanic, at the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform Kralin Horde Howler.
Yeah, werewolves are a pretty interesting thing in Commander because they don't often flip. They're obviously very punishing for your opponents that they do flip, but Duskwatch Recruiter doesn't really care if it flips.
Oh yeah.
It you kind of some cases don't want it because you'll just kind of recruit your entire army over there. Okay, I like it. I like what's going on.
Pass turn.
In an incredibly on-brand move, I'm going to have my own bounce land on turn 2.
Damn it. All right.
And then
Fine.
I think I'm just going to discord Soren Markov.
Oh, bye.
Oh!
Bye, Soren.
The original Soren, currently, story update on Soren, stuck in a rock.
Yeah, I see. Now,
Not past the turn.
stuck in a rock, stuck in the graveyard. I'm going to play a Fire-Lit Thicket. It is indeed lit. And I'm going to play, for the first time ever, a card I was excited to put in this deck, Grenzo Havoc Razor. Grenzo Havoc Razor is a 2/2 that says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. I will either goad target creature that player controls. Goading means that it has to attack and it can't attack me. Or exile the top card of that player's library until end of turn. You may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were any mana or mana of any color to cast it. We're all playing Jund decks here, so that part's not going to come into play as much. But yeah, so there we go. Grenzo is on the field. Ben, take it away. Don't play a blocker.
All right.
So, quick pause. I think on my turn, the Duskwatch Recruiter should have flipped, because I didn't play any spells.
Oh, hey.
Oh, at the beginning of Patrick's turn.
All right, well, never
Yeah,
mind.
this is the first time I played with a werewolf.
We're already howling.
All right, I am going to cast a Obelisk Spider.
Ooh, okay.
So this is a 1/4 with reach, and whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. whenever I put one or more -1/-1 counters on any creature, each opponent loses 1 life and I gain 1 life.
I see. So if you have more -1/-1 synergies, you can kind of drain the table, but mostly it's just got like this wither.
Yeah, it's like fake wither because for some reason they didn't want to give it wither, I guess.
Yeah, they don't like putting keywords outside of the mechanics.
Right.
Like Tireless Tracker just has landfall, but they were like, we can't have it say landfall because it's an Innistrad. It's like, all right, man, do what you want to do. Okay, cool. So we got our first spider onto the board. You're beating us to Spidertron over here. Yeah, and only 1 spell was played, so you don't flip your thing.
That's
but
correct.
you are ramping, and I don't like that.
I'm gonna go ahead, tap this mountain to basic land cycle and Ash Barrens. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a forest out of my deck and just play that right out.
Yo, note for people out there who are building budget decks and stuff, put Ash Barrens in your 2 and 3 color decks. That card is legit.
I
mean,
it's like
that goes for all decks, like, not just budget.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, I think there are a lot of people out there who equate, like, mana bases with being the most expensive part of Magic decks,
yeah.
and usually it is, but Ash Barrens is like a steal for how cheap it is and how much it helps you fix your mana.
100%. I was actually agreeing. I just wanted to emphasize that.
Oh,
I feel
totally,
like
yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
should play
Everyone put Ash Barrens in your deck, but especially...
I don't care how many duels you have.
yeah, throw them all in there. All right, you got anything else for us?
Nope, that'll be it for this turn.
So, I'm just going to get the table mad at me right away.
Oh, shit.
I'll play Oath of Liliana,
What?
which says, when it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Huh, it looks like everyone's got 1 creature.
Man! Okay, all right.
I'm going to need those zombies to protect my friends later.
God, I was so excited to actually get a crack in with Grenzo, but fine. Okay.
And then its other ability will come up later, but for now I'll pass.
Yeah, so that's just every time. Does it come into play tapped, the zombie, or no?
It does not come into play tapped. It's Liliana's kicking him to get ready right away and defend her.
Oh, I see. Good. Okay. Well, that's pretty powerful then. Strong magic cards being played here today. I don't know that everyone needs this mana fixing, but I am going to fix your mana because I don't like what was just done, and I want to see the world burn. I'm also more of a group hug deck. So I'm going to play Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. So now everyone has swamps. All of your lands are swamps, in addition to their other types. And then I am going to play out a Soul Ring. I got to tap correctly to do this. I'm going to play a Soul Ring, and then I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to play Fumiko the Lowblood. Fumiko says that creatures my opponents control attack each combat if able. She's a 3/2. I don't have to, but all of you do. All of the creatures that you have. And Fumiko the Lowblood has Bushido X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So clearly, she'll basically force you all to attack, and then if you attack me, she can get a pretty sizable bonus. So she's going to try to hold down the fort over here and maybe be able to crack at the first of Zack's Planeswalkers. Ben, take it away, buddy.
All right. Well, speaking of those old -1/-1 counters, I'm going to go ahead and play a Blight Widow.
Wow. I didn't know that this was such a theme for spiders.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it actually is, and this is the first time it's even come up.
Okay, so what does this Blight Widow do?
Okay, so she's a 2/4 with reach, and she also has infect. So she deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters.
Oh, damn. I see. You would think
Then
that
go
Commander
ahead.
players would know like all the infect creatures, but this one apparently is just not good enough that anyone has ever been afraid of a Blight Widow until now.
I have to, yeah.
How sad
I can't
for
disagree.
the Blight Widow. Okay. Get this one on the way now. Terramorphic Expanse. Gonna turn that into a swamp to get all 3 of my colors out.
Well, remember, it is a swamp for Urborg if you want to just use it immediately.
Yeah,
You do you.
there's
Boo.
like a cemetery thing.
I believe in you.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
It's deck thinning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Get that 0.01% chance to draw a land out of the way. Who needs him?
Every 0.01% matters.
Fortunately, I can just have these pretend to be swamps.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to Patrick.
Well, they don't have to pretend they are. They're just Urborg has decreed it. They straight up are.
It's all swamps now. So I'm actually going to play my second Karoo with a Carnarium and then pass the turn.
I will draw my card, and I was thinking about like what is or could be the meta game of the Thantis decks. And I was thinking that the first person to play the Thantis is usually off to a worse start, but this Soul Ring, I think, helps me get out from under it. So I'm going to play Kessig Wolfrun, one of our favorite lands here on the show. Kessig Wolfrun, of course, I can pump any creature by +X+0 and give it trample for kind of a bunch of mana. And I will tap all 6, and I will play out the Web of Lies herself here onto the battlefield. Vigilance Reach 5/5. All creatures attack each combat if able. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, put a +1/+1 counter on her. I'm sure. I figured I'd just get it out of the way since we're all playing the same commander, so I'll break it down now, and then we don't have to. And now, because of the time that I played it, Fumiko must attack, and I know exactly who Fumiko is going to go punishing, so I'm going to throw her over at Zack.
I'll taste it. It's what I deserve.
Okay, so you go to 37. Somehow, none of us have taken damage yet. So, even with the Carplusion Forest out, so let's go. So, there it is. First Blood. And, Ben, over to you.
I think the way we're going to do this is I'm going to actually, before combat, I'm going to cast an instant, which I dislike having to do at sorcery speed, but, you know, we'll do it. Grisly Salvage. So I'm going to reveal the top 5 cards of my library, and then put a creature or land card from among them into my hand. The rest will go into my graveyard.
This is interesting. I think Grisly Salvage is the instant I've seen the most main phased in my time as a Commander player, because it's good. You just want to draw the cards. That's a bunch of spiders. Can you tell me what all those are?
Yes, so we've got Silklash Spider, which is a 5-drop with reach and full Hurricane, but it costs an extra green.
I see.
As an activatable ability, and she is 2/7.
Ooh, wow.
There's also Ember Weaver. So Ember Weaver is an Alarin, a card from Alara, I think. And it has reach, and as long as I control a red permanent, it gets +1/+0 and has first strike.
Oh, okay.
And Needlepeak Spider is basically just like opposite Giant Spider, so it has reach, and it's a 4/2 instead of a 2/4, and it costs 4.
Okay.
And then last but not least is not a spider, so I lied at the beginning of this video.
Every
I feel
single
really
time.
bad.
All right.
Yeah, there's at least one that sneaks in. No, so Glowspore Shaman is actually a new card from Guilds of Ravnica, and when it enters the battlefield, I put the top 3 cards of my library into my graveyard. And then I may also put a land card from my graveyard on top of my library if for some reason I wanted to do that.
That one's actually seeing a lot of standard play. So that was the only one that I could recognize from that pile. Oh, and then you've got a root bag crowned. Wow, root bag crowned. You know what? No, we're leaving it. That's what it is now. It's root bag crowned, and you're taking it. So there we go.
Yeah, I will actually take that, and then I will play it. And then I'm going to follow up with a... No, that doesn't seem right. I'm going to attack... Sorry, Paul. Yeah, I'm going to attack Paul.
Okay. So that's 2 infect or 1?
Yes, so 2 poison damage.
Wow.
Poison counters, excuse me. I believe that's the only spider that has infect. After combat, I'm going to play a Netcaster Spider. This has reach, and whenever it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. It's also a 2/3.
I feel like the spider, the Thantismania is not when you wanted to bring flying creatures to the table, because every one of them like has reach as just a base ability. But I see, it still can get pretty big up there.
You have it? Okay, I'm going to play a forest.
Okay.
Tap red, 1/2 for a Hellrider.
Yo, Hellrider's back, baby.
Oh, baby.
Hellrider is a 3/3 haste, and whenever a creature I control attacks, Hellrider deals 1 damage to the defending player. So, let's see, there's a Thantis on Patrick's board, there's a 2/4, 4/2, one of those.
This one's a 2/3. This one is a 2/4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Hellrider's gonna come at Ben.
Ooh.
As a little bit of retaliation.
Cracking back,
so
baby.
First things first, Hellrider has attacked you, so you will take 1 damage.
Lose a life on activation.
And then you can decide whether you want to block or not.
It doesn't happen to have flying, does it?
No.
Alright, I'll take an additional 3.
It's flying out of hell, but it's not. It's not actually literally flying.
And that'll be my turn.
I think I'm gonna start going with more enchantments. Let's get doubling season out there.
Oh God, no! All right,
and pass the turn.
Woo!
So every one of my planeswalkers and Thantis, when she comes back, will get double the counters.
I'm gonna play a forest, and I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to play Rishkar's Expertise.
Hell yeah.
So Rishkar's Expertise, this is the best one I've ever had. I've put this in so many of my decks, and it's never been good. Unless you want to, like, 1 mana kill my Web of Lies over here. I'm going to draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures I control, which is currently 5, and then I will cast a card, or I may cast a card with a converted mana cost 5 or less from my hand without paying its mana cost. So, which one of these do I want to do? I'll actually cast Kodama's Reach for free. Drawing 5 cards and playing a free Kodama's Reach sounds pretty good, so I will do that. So I will put a mountain directly into play, and I will go look for a swamp. That's what I will do. This goes into my hand, and I will go ahead and attack Zack for...
all 8.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm going to do something else. I think I'm going to... So I don't have to discard. I will play Skull Clamp.
Oh.
Skull Clamp, one of the better ways to draw cards in creature-based decks. Equipped creature gets +1/-1, which famously is an actual mistake by Wizards. They like didn't mean to do this. And it says whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. So you can kind of pay 1 and clamp it onto tokens and things like that, and just speed through your deck like that. I don't have many shenanigans with it, but it is just a solid card, so it's there. It's here now. And I'll pass over to you, Ben.
I'm gonna play an unclaimed territory, naming spiders.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-combat even. Why not? I'm gonna cast a spitting spider. So
yeah, I didn't think that spiders would have the same cards that would elicit the responses the pirates do, and yet here we are. What in God's name is this?
So it's 2 green, 3 colorless. It may block as though it had flying, so reach. Sacrifice a land. Spitting spider deals 1 damage to each creature with flying, and it's a 3/5.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck off to anyone that has flyers. Apparently, this is so anti-flyer this week.
Thandy just really wants everyone on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Get down here.
Easier to pin them. All right, so we're gonna go with attacks on Zack.
All right, so
I'll take it.
So Zack, you take 2 damage and 2 poison counters. So both Paul and Zack are at 2 infect here.
Yes. The doubling season does not double my poison, thankfully.
Yeah. Oh wow. I wish, but sadly,
That would have been intense. All right.
I'm getting the sinking feeling that this game's gonna be over like next turn or get much more difficult. Because, like, we're beating up Zack, but clearly not fast enough. And the idea that there's a doubling season... I'm trying to think of, like, what are the worst ultimates that could come down next turn.
So...
The Vraska that makes your life total 1 seems less great.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, because it's only one of you.
Yeah, there's like... Various Sarkans can do their thing. I don't know how good that is. Ugin is 7, so you can't do that one. There's a lot of Garrix that could happen.
I'm going to say, Patrick and Ben, I'm going to need you to remember that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need you to cut me some slack. Just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Rather than cast my Thantis, which would be great because it would give me some nice vigilance, I'm instead going to tap 1, 2, 3, and turn doubling season into a forest.
Nice.
Well, now he's got Ugin mana. There we go. Okay, so
where do I put this?
You can just keep it on your board because it technically exists.
Yeah,
right?
just keep it over there. I'll find it.
I'll put it by Thantis.
Here.
Yeah, I'll cut you some slack. I don't have to rumble on over there. You do have to attack.
I double have to attack between Fumiko and Thantis.
Yeah.
So that's a spider. For lack of a clearer board, Hellrider flying at Zack.
Yep.
And that will be cumulative 4 total.
Yeah, so Zack is down to 23.
Yowza.
I knew when we were talking about doing a Thantismania that it would be the life totals are going to be dropping, and I guess we're already seeing
I
it.
expected more than one person's life total to drop, though.
Well, you're the
we'll
deck
get
that
there.
didn't bring creatures for what it's worth.
Sure.
I will pass
Fair
the
enough.
turn, by the way.
All right. I think I do need to bring out my own big old Monica to defend me rather than my planeswalkers right now. I'm the planeswalker who needs the help. And then I'll just play a swamp and pass the turn.
All right. Well, I don't want to attack into that. That's actually spooky. Because that was the thing that I was talking about is if no one ramps, the first person to play Thantis is at a disadvantage because everyone in turn just plays theirs, and then you get back to you and you have to attack into someone who will grow their Thantis bigger than yours, which is very funny. But maybe I can Bushido past it. I will draw this card, which is interesting. Maybe it's good. I will play a swap for the turn, and I will tap 1, 2, and 3 to play Pharika, God of Affliction. So Pharika is probably one of the least used Theros gods. I rarely see this card. And it's not that impressive, but it's going to be pretty good here. So Pharika is a 3-mana 5/5 indestructible legendary enchantment creature. And so people who saw my Mogus episode know that the Theros gods aren't actually creatures until devotion is met, meaning the number of colored mana symbols. So at the moment, my devotion to black and green is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 7 for her to become the 5/5. And her activated ability is for black and green, I can exile target creature from a graveyard, and its owner will put a 1/1 black and green snake enchantment creature token with Death Touch onto the battlefield. I think what I'm going to do most immediately is actually use that ability, and I'm going to exile. I can't tap this. No, I can because it's a swamp.
Yeah, you.
There it is.
Everything's swamped.
And I'm going to exile my own Grenzo here, and Grenzo is going to turn into a 1/1 snake enchantment with Death Touch, black and green. I'll clamp the token. So Skull Clamp, the creature dies, and I'll draw 2 cards. All right, so I have to start attacking. So where are these going? So if Fumiko and my Web of Lies here attack, Fumiko will get Bushido 2, which would not make her big enough to get through Monica, huh? So I can't do that.
No, Monica's gonna buff up seeing.
Paul just left himself open, and I appreciate that, to deal with something at the table. So I have to honor that. So in that case, I think these have to come to you, Ben.
Sounds like a plan.
So you've got a 5/5. It's like, yes, it is technically a plan. I'm sorry. So so Fumiko is a 3/2 with Bushido 2 and Thantis. Obviously, the Web of Lies herself is just a 5/5.
Just. I'll take 8.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, that is it for me, and I will discard Raging Ravine from my hand because I don't think we're gonna have time for that. Pass it over to you, Ben.
I have begun untapping early.
Ooh.
I apologize.
How dare you perform game actions at the appropriate time?
Speaking of performing at the right time, I'm gonna play a Savage Lands.
Ooh.
Mine's not as shiny or nice as yours, but it gets the job.
It's still
done
pretty nice.
occasionally.
I mean, Thandy Savage playing the Savage Lands. It's her home. We're taking us back. It's like MTV Cribs. Shoutouts to the 3 people who remember that one.
I think people remember her.
There has to be more than 3.
I know. Well, so
Yeah,
here's the
I
thing. I want to hedge against it because I don't want us to talk about MTV Cribs like everyone knows, and then people in the comments to be like, "I'm too young to know about MTV Cribs," and then we all feel super old.
So I guess I'll tell the audience this. If you've seen those Vogue 50 Questions videos on YouTube, it was basically that, but in a 30-minute format on MTV.
Yeah, and a lot of
TV
fake
channel.
houses. A lot of people rented out fake houses to give off the impression that they were not struggling artists.
And see, now MTV was a channel on television many years ago.
Yeah, sorry, we're all getting ahead of ourselves. Music, television.
YouTube, but you can't choose what you watch.
Yeah, that's true.
It's exactly. That's somehow exactly correct. It's really actually quite creepy how, like, unerringly MTV predicted what would be popular. Like, from Let's Plays to, like, you know, the esports streaming to reality competition. Anywho, I'm going to play Goblin Bombardment.
Anyways, I'm just gonna play this good ass card.
Well, so I kind of mentioned before, Thandy actually does like to play from the top ropes, which involves, for her, hurdling things from said top ropes, and not actually leaping, because that's just a little too much effort.
Come on. She's a big girl. She's not here to leap. She's here to throw everything else.
Exactly, and like you said, she's home where she is. She just wants to stay there with some vigilance, some reach, and if she gets attacked, she gets even more buff. But yeah, so Godly Bombardment actually allows me to sacrifice any creature that I control to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. And I believe this is one of the ones that, Zach, maybe you can correct me on this, but I believe it was errated to say any target. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the old wording of target creature or player now includes planeswalker, so my special legs are shivering in their boots that are made for walking.
Yeah. If Zack is at exactly 4 and tries to Jokelhaups, you can just chuck all your shit directly at his face in an act of defiance.
Okay. So I am, however, I think I have to do it because I can't betray Roxy this way. I'm going to have to sacrifice my spiders so I don't have to attack either of the Thanti.
If you attack me, I don't have to block either. I'll just take the counters and use them.
I will gladly take counters as well.
Well, but you're already...
I mean, again, you do what makes sense to you. I'm putting it out there on the table that I'm okay with getting attacked. I have life to spare. I'm at 40.
And it's true, you'll take infect counters from one of them.
Well, I mean, at that point, all the cool kids are doing it, right? Like, might as well.
Who isn't infected?
Actually, that's true. Patrick's kind of left out right now.
As long as you don't immediately randomly become immense and just fucking kill me.
I absolutely promise this deck is not capable of doing that. Although I did also say that it was all spiders, and then I had a shaman.
Oh, I know, yeah. Trust me, I do not believe anything that you're saying, but I will take the damage. I will do that. So Thantis, my girl, Senora Webb, is going to get some counters for her trouble by stepping over into my domain. So she is now an 8/8. All right.
And indeed, I will pass the turn.
Yeah, see?
Okay, it's time.
Are you joining us?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and bring Roxy into the room.
Yeah.
I'll follow up with a mountain as my land for turn. Roxy does not have haste. Oh.
Yeah, that Hellrider's got to go somewhere. Now we're at this phase of the game.
Hellrider's got to go.
Nobody wants to attack, but they have to.
The Thanti.
Just Thanti everywhere.
That's 4 total damage.
At who?
That'll be it. Ben, who does not have a Thantis.
I know.
We're waiting for Thandy. Thandy's not here yet, though. Pass the turn.
Right.
This game's gonna end real fast. This is gonna get accelerated as hell, I swear.
Patrick, would you like another counter?
What is it?
I
sounds
just need to
suspicious to me.
swing Thantis somewhere, and I will gladly give you a
All right,
counter
hey,
for
look,
her
if
you promise
it's guaranteed
not to attack me back.
Okay.
Well, so Zach, I will say, I'm still sitting at 40, and I don't have an 8/8. So depending on how you're feeling, I would also be interested in this offer of a counter.
Yeah, I think I have to reject your offer on account of the fact that I think you're going to do something this turn that I'm going to not like, and I don't want to sign away, her ability to attack or try to disrupt that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I'll then take you up on your offer and get in exchange to not be attacked back as well.
I mean, that's got to depend on the board state. I'm just saying.
Okay. Then let me actually start playing out my board.
Let's do some sorcery speed action here.
Just get some nice pretty flowers out there.
Okay,
what
so
is this?
Monica is powerful, but does not disassociate from her feminine side. So I'll get out this Wall of Blossoms.
And that's a 0/4 that just draws you a card, right?
Yep. I'll just pick up a card.
I love that it has to attack, unless it's got Defender.
Yeah, it does.
It's got Defender, it's a wall of flowers.
Yeah, sadly, it literally must, so.
Is someone clicking a pen?
Oh, yeah. I did that.
Just do it when you attack, and then it'll sound like it's sound effects.
Oh, yeah, it's a spider noise.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that a Parker?
You did not just call the exact pen, did you? Is that...
No.
Okay.
Patrick, do you not know about Ben and pens?
No, I did.
It's
is
impressive.
this a thing? Is this a...
This is a thing.
It's a pen
This is
thing?
impressive.
I want to hear this.
Pens for Ben? What is that? Do you... Or are you ashamed and you don't want to
No,
talk
I mean, I do greatly enjoy ballpoints. And
you don't have to be
Anyway,
ashamed. It's perfectly normal to just like pens, okay? You're allowed.
well, no, I mean, I was a writer for a long while, and a decent pen is hard to come by.
That's fair.
In this particular case, the reason it sounded like that to me was that's a very familiar pen sound, because I used Parker's for
How in
years.
focus can I get this? It is a Pilot Precise V5 RT.
And this video is
Hashtags.
sponsored by them.
Yeah, I was about to say hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. There you go. Parker's and whatever the hell that pen is. Okay, so you've played a Wall of Blossoms. Back to the real game.
And yeah, back to the cardboard versus the ink. I think I don't have anything else to be doing this turn, so Thantis will just come in and give you a counter.
Hey, Monica swings by. Roxy says,
Yeah.
hey. They do a little high five.
So, I guess we gotta resolve the attacks that are happening right now, because I have to attack. I'm gonna start things off by playing one of my favorite cards, a thing that hopefully you all like to hear and are not afraid of. I'm gonna play Crown of Doom. And Crown of Doom, y'all might want to get whatever tokens or counters or things that you like right now. Crown of Doom says, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And some of you might say, well, that's a terrible card. Patrick, why would you put that into your deck? For 2 colorless mana, target player other than Crown of Doom's owner gains control of it. Activate this ability only during your turn. So once I give this away, it cannot come back to me because of the way that it's worded, Crown of Doom's owner. So I will give this crown to someone else, and all of my opponents must hot potato this crown around one another. And they cannot use the ability to send it directly back to me. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to tap this Soul Ring, and let's see. This crown's going somewhere. Do I hear any offers on on who it should go to or who it shouldn't go to?
I'd prefer it not go to me, but I don't have a good offer.
I've just got Monica and some flowers.
Well, Ben, I do like the little infect creature that could, so I feel like I don't want to make things worse for you. Insofar as sitting right next to me and having to attack every turn makes it already bad. And Zack doesn't have the other thing anymore, so Paul, I actually think this one's going over to you. I think the Crown of Doom, heavy is the head, my friend. So I will give the Crown of Doom over to you. And
Getting some Virtus vibes, if you will.
yeah, I mean maybe
If that's a thing, maybe.
Yeah. So there you go. So you have the Crown of Doom now. All right. So there you go. So that is now your Crown of Doom.
That's my Crown of Doom.
There it is. So all creatures get +2/+0 when they attack Paul. Yeah. So then I'm going to play. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're all doing this before attacks because I don't know if it matters. And I'm going to play another one of my favorite cards, Disrupt Decorum. So Disrupt Decorum goads all creatures I don't control. So until my next turn, every creature has to attack, which everyone already knew, but none of them can attack me. They have to. They are forced to attack one another. And hopefully with that and the crown, y'all can figure something out and make some beautiful magic here. So then is the nature of the attacks that have to be done. Fumiko going into Zack's creatures does not sound great.
I'm fine with Fumiko hanging around and just eating some Wall of Blossoms.
Well, Fumiko would become a 4/3 if you tried to block with Wall of Blossoms.
Yeah.
So wouldn't Wall of Blossoms die?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that versus my life, and I think I want to counter here. So.
Okay, sure. All right, if you're good with that, so I'll send Fumiko the Lowblood at you, presumably into your Wall of Blossoms, and then I will send the Web of Lies on over to Roxy side of the board. So she is an 8/8 already, and will get +2/+0. So a 10/8 Vigilance Reach. Spider coming over to you.
Yeah. Roxy, not big enough to deal with that yet, so think we're gonna take the 10.
All right.
As painful as
So
that
I
is.
have some game actions.
Ooh. Oh
The
God.
first of which is to, as is her matronly duty, give another powerful female warrior a crown of flowers and let the Wall of Blossoms block Fumiko.
Okay, so that's happened. All right. What else?
Yeah. What else is I'm going to Tainted Strike the Web of Lies.
Oh,
What?
what?
Well.
Holy shit!
Okay.
I don't put this card in my deck not to cast it.
Okay. Well, Jesus Christ, man.
That's 10 infect, right? No, 11
11
infect.
infect.
Yeah,
That'll be
that's lethal.
11 infects.
Unless you have a way to stop this.
No, I've only got the 1 mana. I am not playing blue.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Boys, be ready, because this means that doubling season is back on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, I see why you do it.
Holy
So-
shit.
What happens to the crown?
It goes away, I assume.
I think it does. I'm not sure. YouTube can probably tell us. Zach, do you know? Do you have an inkling?
I think it goes away, but I haven't checked that up recently. So
Well, because it couldn't go back to Patrick,
Well,
right?
the activated ability can't make it come back to me. So there's a game rule that would have to make it either be exiled or something else.
what is it? Crown of Doom?
Crown of Doom.
Okay, control reverts back to the previous controller.
Well,
So that'd be...
Which is Patrick.
so it just comes back to me.
So
So the only way it could come back to you, it has come back to
Well, I'm glad that I goaded all of the other creatures, because this would be very, very bad otherwise. Well, there we go. The Crown of Doom is back, and I now wear it on my head. Paul...
Just out of spite, I'm gonna let you know, Zach, that when it came back to my turn, I was gonna Assassin's Trophy Web of Lies.
Wow.
So enjoy the big spider.
All right, well, there it is.
I will.
Roxy Monoxide
I will very much.
choking on, what is that, 13 poison counters, and is exiting the game. That's a KO, my friends. And then I'm going to play, lastly, before passing turn, a Stomping Ground. I'm going to lose 2 life to have it come into play untapped, and I will pass the turn over to you, Ben.
EOT cast Grapple with the Past.
Ooh.
So this, I put the top 3 cards of my library into my graveyard, then I may choose a creature or land and return it from my graveyard to my hand.
Okay, so what's going in there?
Oh, well that would have been a fun one. So Nature's Resurgence is the spell. This is a sorcery for 2 colorless and 2 green. Each player draws a number of cards equal to the number of creature card in their graveyard.
Oh, wow, so you would be the one who draws like 1,000,000 off that.
Theoretically, yes. But, you know, Zack would draw 1 at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. Well, dang. So there you go. So
then-
what are you returning? What are you grappling with over there?
That is the question. And I think in this case it's going to be the Shaman, actually.
Okay, the Glowspore Shaman has returned home.
And then I will untap and see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't play a combat-centric game without seeing some infect go around, so... Or rather, very early death, so there it is.
Okay, I'm gonna ascend with the Arch of Araska.
Yo! Okay, so you can... Very expensive card draw, but it comes up,
Yep.
definitely.
But yeah, it can occasionally be relevant-ish. And then I'm gonna tap a Rot Farm to cast the Glowspore Shaman, which will mean that I will put the top 3 cards of my library into my graveyard, and then for some reason I could put something back on top, but I probably won't do that.
And you can put a land, but like you said, you're going to decline to use that ability.
So yes, no, everything just stays right.
Yeah, right in the
graveyard.
gigantic graveyard as is. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Sorry,
and you have to attack Zack
play it
this
up.
turn.
Yes.
This is true.
And Zack will
You're
have
right.
to attack you.
Also, probably true. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is attack Zack with everybody.
Okay. So that is 2 infect, a 2/3, and what's the spitting spider?
3/5.
Okay. So Thantis goes up to 4. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna block the spitting spider with with Monica. She's gonna get in there with. She finds the spitting disgusting. And
Yeah, it's out of there. All right.
All right. Well, in that case, then the spitting spider is gonna hit Fumiko. Actually,
Fumiko?
Yeah, for one.
Oh, okay. All right. Fumiko has taken a single bit of damage.
Okay, so then Zack, you've got 2 poison counters, right? Or 4 now.
4.
And you take 2 regular damage.
All right. So Zack goes down to 21 and is now up to 4 infect.
Yep. And then I'm going to... I think I'm good. I think I ought to. I'm going to cast Spider Spawning.
Okay.
Let's go.
Spider Spawning says... I didn't play the limited format where everybody loved this one, so...
Okay, so Spider Spawning is, when I cast it, I put a 1/2 green spider creature with reach onto the battlefield for each creature card in my graveyard.
Oh, I see, and you probably have a bunch of them.
Actually, only 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Only 7.
Right, only 7 and there's a Crown of Doom in the game, so... there you go.
That's fair, alright. And then... After that, I will say, go ahead.
All right. I guess it's my turn now.
How big is Monica right now?
Monica is a 9/9.
I see. So all of the remaining spiders can't team up to take her down.
I don't think so, no.
They could hold her off, but they do have enough toughness.
Okay, Patrick, I don't know if we can mechanically do this.
Okay, well, I mean, you cannot attack me with your commander.
No. What I can do is...
Dear God. Mechanically do that. I'm afraid of what this means.
I'll play Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Targeting, I think... So I am targeting Soren, whose ultimate is you control target player's next turn.
Right.
So I'm just going to take... Yeah, no, I think it's better that I take out Fumiko here than Thantis.
Okay. Ben?
Yeah.
I'm going to be very honest with you right now. I don't think that you win if I untap and Zack takes control of my turn. I think a lot of bad things are going to happen. And I think a way that you may be able to prevent that is if you can sack enough bombardment tokens to kill off Zack's commander.
Wait, kill his commander? Why wouldn't I just kill Soren?
Well, Soren is going to get to ultimate no matter what. Yeah, you don't have priority to be able to stop it.
So I have to kill Thantis. Monica.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is, I'm looking at my hand and I'm trying to see if there's a way that you survive. But if once Zack gets a look at my hand, here's what I believe is going to happen. You are going to die because of your own board, and then Zack is going to untap, and if you are not dead, finish you and then finish me.
That's the plan, at least.
Yeah. So
wait, how does Zack get to take 2 turns before?
Well, so Zack is going to take my next turn with Soren's Mindslaver ultimate.
Right, but then after after he takes your next turn, it'll be my turn.
Right, I don't think you're going to survive with the cards that are in my hand that he's going to use to kill you.
Oh.
And what I'm trying to tip you off to here is that there's a card in my hand, that might make a lot of your spiders want to say riot. And or perhaps turn against their controller. And that if you don't have them, and if Zack doesn't have a big spider, and you have at least one blocker, you shouldn't be able to die. And
why am I killing? Why don't I kill your big spider?
I mean, you can kill mine. I think that works if you want.
Yeah.
I think one of the 2 gigantic spiders needs to go. My thinking is that...
well, thank you for confirming that.
I'm saying my understanding of the situation is that if mine goes and you use a lot of your board to do it, that Zack can still kill either of us on the following turn. That's where I'm at, because what is Soren's minus?
His -7 is you control target player's next turn. -3 is target player's life total becomes 10, and +2 is...
I see. Okay, so you can't set anyone to 10.
Heal 2, gain 2.
No. Right. I'm worried for our safety, and I would like to kill Zack. That's where I'm at with all of this.
Okay, and so what you are trying to assure me is that Zack will die if I kill his Monica.
I mean, he's probably going to use a lot of good cards in my hand, but I'm at least going to focus the shit out of him. But if your card... the first layer is if your cards are allowed to stay on the board, very powerful spell is going to be cast that's going to kill you.
Then the other thing I'd point out here from the grave is... Zack has doubling season, which means Zack's gonna win the Thantis race.
My Thantis gets twice. Monica is twice as swole as all other Thantis.
Yes, you do. Yeah, okay.
Thantis.
So.
Wow, it's 9, 7, 8, 9. I have one spider left.
Yeah.
Okay. Monica goes back to the command zone.
And your Soren is at 1.
Yeah. Soren's at 1 after I say I will control Patrick during his next turn.
All right.
And in a final move for the turn before I get my zombies from my Oath of Liliana, I'm going to do something that pains me very much, but I feel must be done. I'm going to Bajuka Bog. Get that spider spawning out of here.
Oh
my god. Okay. Well, I definitely didn't know that. I'm sorry. All right. So I will text you via Discord DM what my hand is.
Okay.
So that you can see it and Ben cannot see it.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident I die at this point. I have 0 cards in hand.
If I get to untap, I'm gonna not kill you. I'm gonna put all of my energy towards dealing with him.
And have you drawn your card for turn yet?
No, I have not. So okay. I'm just saying that is my hand currently. And so we will go to my turn, which is your turn.
Yes, your turn that I own.
All right, so I'm going to untap. I will draw my card.
Okay, so you're basically tapped out. How big is Thantis?
Thantis is 8. I've narrowly... you might not live, Ben, but you definitely aren't dying through the easy way.
No, I think... Oh, yeah.
You may have a way to do it, but I don't know that you have a way to buff even more.
Sorry, it's hard without, being able to... So let's say Blood Crypt and you play it untapped and take 2. Let's start with that.
Blood Crypt is out.
So I think the line is you start by casting Kolagon's Command.
Oh, okay, this is interesting.
So Swamp, Blood Crypt, and Urborg tap to cast Kolagon's Command, dealing 2 damage to the spider and making you discard a card.
Okay, so Kolagon's Command is down. So we've killed the one spider, and I have to discard a card. What card am I discarding?
You're discarding Insurrection, which is what the main thing he was trying to save you from.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as soon as he said, I did figure it out. I am going to throw the spider at Zack.
Well, I guess you could kill Soren as well.
At me or Soren?
I mean, at this point...
Oh, wait. Yeah, why not? I'll kill Soren for you.
Okay, Soren's done his vampiric duty. Okay, so yeah, I think then... Let me just look at your hand again.
Just get a look.
Okay, you cast Tainted Strike. Now, this is just a short story. I put the Tainted Strike in my deck because of Patrick. He used it in a game we played on his birthday, I think over a year ago now.
Oh, no, it hasn't been. It's only been 6 months.
Oh.
Since then.
Okay, then I'm...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's divisible by a year. You're...
Yeah, sure. Lots of... There's been a lot of life happening.
Yeah, absolutely. It just keeps happening. Sometimes you want it to slow down, and it can't.
It just doesn't. But he's the man behind why I have Tainted Strike in this deck. He puts it, I think, in most of his black decks.
I have it in just one. Well, and now 2.
Okay.
Because of this.
Now 2, yeah.
Oh, I don't like the "and now 2" part.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
it's here in my hand, and he's already cast it. I'm saying it was in the Murder Boyfriends, the Gorman Virtus.
And we're doing this on Thantis again.
Okay, so Tainted Strike is on Thantis. What land are you tapping here? Does it matter?
Anything but... let's do the mountain.
Okay, mountain is tapped. Yeah. So Thantis is now a 9/8 with Infect.
Yeah. So Kessig Wolfrun will pump Thantis for 1.
Okay.
And then you'll just cast Sudden Spoiling because I don't want you to have that card in your hand.
Yeah, so using all of this, I can literally pump it by exactly 1
1 point, cast Sudden Spoiling, and then
On,
Thantis...
I guess, anyone.
Yep. And then Thantis will kill our good friend.
Fuck!
Sorry, not Thantis.
Well, alright, so now... so 2 players have died to infect in this game, is what you're telling
Yes,
me.
died to Tainted Strike. And before I pass, what's left in your hand?
What's left in my hand is now just Rite of the Raging Storm.
We're good to go, then.
Alright, well...
But wait, didn't he only hit me for 9?
No, so I have a Kessig Wolf Run that Zack activated for 1.
For 1,
And
yeah.
plus and Tainted Strike gives it plus 1/0.
Damn it.
Yep.
Darn it, I mean...
You can curse here.
I think it's fair to curse after that.
Jesus. All right. Well, there it is. So Zack, you've played your turn, then played my turn, and now you're gonna play your turn.
Now it's back to me again.
Yeah.
The Soren didn't have that nice clause they put on the newest Emrakul of you get another turn after someone takes yours, but...
I would like to point out there is something incredibly fitting, though, about 2 players dying to poison in a 4 spider game.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yes,
if there is ever a
that's-
time where it is appropriate, this is exactly that time.
Yep. I'll play a Spuldering Marsh. I think the line here is just get my shields up and set. So I am just going to play out Garrick Relentless, who is the flip Garrick from Innistrad.
Comes in with a bunch of loyalty. Does it keep that loyalty?
Yeah, 6. Yeah, because both of his abilities are 0.
I see.
So he can deal 3 damage, if I remember right. I have a signature covering it. He can fight a creature for 3, and then if he falls below 3 loyalty, I transform him, but I don't think that's going to happen here. But I'm just going to use his 0 to summon a pair of wolves, which will be visualized by Lee Scott Vargas, and then I think just pass the turn and get 2 more zombies because another planeswalker entered the battlefield under my control.
So what's the combined power of all the tokens that you have on the board?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 power of tokens.
Well,
Wait, didn't the original 2 zombies have to attack?
oh yeah, they do.
Oh, they would,
Aha.
actually. Yep.
Get dunked. Thank
So,
you,
never
my
mind
friend
then.
from the grave.
Yeah.
So they have to attack,
2
and they have to attack
zombies.
me. So
Yep.
Web of Lies becomes a 10/10, and I eat one of them. But the other one gets in at me for 4 because I wear the Crown of Doom.
Yes, you do. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
the crown is back,
Crown
baby.
of
It's
Doom.
back home, right
Yep.
where I wanted it. Oh no, I already drew my card. That's correct. Sorry.
Yeah.
I am going to draw that card in a roundabout way, though, so I don't feel that bad. I'm going to Soul Ring, and I'm going to give you the Crown of Doom now, forever, until the end of the game.
Yeah, forever and ever.
So you have that.
I will represent it by Felden's Cane here.
And so now, how many tokens do you have? And what are...
I have 4, so they're all 2/2s.
Okay, so you have 8 power and 8 toughness,
Power.
basically. And I could... And if Thantis attacks you, it becomes a 12/12. And Thantis will literally have to attack you. I can't get around that.
Yes.
And have I attacked you? I did. I have attacked you, so you do have 5 commander damage.
Yeah, I have 5 commander damage.
Okay, well, I have to go to combat, so...
Yep.
Web of Lies is swinging at you for 12.
Okay. So how much mana do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So that's 7 pump off of your wolf run, putting her to 19.
Yeah, it'd be a
So I need
19.
to block with at least 3.
It'd be a 19 with trample, and I need to get in at you for... Yeah. So either I'm doing 16 commander damage or just the rest of your life.
Yeah. I think 3 of them are gonna... No, let's go all 4. Let's play it safe.
Okay, so all
All
4
4 are getting in the way.
are getting in the way,
Yep.
and I think they would normally die, but I think I'm okay with activating Kessig Wolfrun here for 2.
Okay.
So she becomes a 14 power trampler.
Yep.
So you go down to 15. Then I'm going to use Farika, targeting my own Fumiko, to
Yep.
give myself a snake. And then I'm going to clamp the snake, and I'm going to draw a card.
2 cards, right?
Wow. Oh my god. I forgot that card is way more broken than I ever think it is.
It's just totally
Just incredibly
busted.
good. Okay, so Fumiko is exiled. and I have this amount available to me, and I will pass the turn over to you.
Yep. So I am going to play Kurlath Knight.
Okay.
Which is a card I brought in for it that I have in this deck, haven't gone to play yet, but is sort of a butt house in the Thantis.
Okay, so what does this
do? So Kurlath Knight is a 3/3 flyer with Wither that says creatures your opponents control with counters on them can't attack or block.
Huh.
So Garuk's gonna make another pair of wolves. Zombie has to come at you.
I can't block, but I do get another counter.
Yep.
So I take 2.
And then I'll pass the turn and hope you don't have a way to kill my Kolrath Knight.
Well, I do exactly have a way to kill your Kolrath Knight. And if you want this card, you can go to Dubuque, Iowa, and buy it at
Comic World and Games.
Comic World and Games. I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to play Assassin's Trophy from Guilds of Ravnica onto your Kolrath Knight. You can go get a basic land, and it comes into play untapped, which is sometimes incredibly relevant.
We have 2 pack foils available if you want to stop by.
ComicWorldsandGames.com. Comic Worlds and Games, the real store. Get it at that place. Go Google it. go to it.
It's a physical place.
The point is, Thantismania, absolutely sponsored by it. And every single year that we do Thantismania, for the many years that I imagine this tradition to hold, or many months or whatever, we will do it. All right, I'm gonna go to my turn. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna play a Reflecting Pool, and I'm gonna swing at you with a.
Yep. 2 wolves get in the way.
Okay. Do I see? I don't know how scared I have to play. So this is, what is this now? She's a 13/10, and you have 15 life, and you have 10.
13/10?
11.
Isn't it?
Well,
where's the extra point of power?
Because you're Crown of Doom.
Crown is 2.
Yeah,
right?
Crown is 2. She was a 10/10 last turn. She's an 11 this turn.
Oh,
because
you said 13/10, so she's a 13/11.
Yes. Oh my God, my bad. I apologize. That's
okay.
Yeah. So 13.
Yep.
So I need to pump it by 1 to have it do exactsies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then this is probably too safe a play, and maybe people will yell at me, but I will pump it by exactly 1.
This kills Monica.
No, really? Okay. Well, I mean, I say no, but I guess I'm glad. Well, there it is. Kessig, Wolfrun, and Infect are strong as fuck.
I'd also like to point something out.
What's up?
Now that we're all dead. Web of Lies was the Thantis to kill all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Really? Yeah, it's just Zack made me kill you, and then Zack literally made me kill Ben, and then I made me kill Zack.
Yes, after killing your...
Wow. And so ends another fantastic, incredibly hilarious, perfect, handsome, beautiful, fun, amazing game of Friendetta. But it doesn't have to end just yet. If you haven't seen all of the episodes, you can click on the playlist here, and you can see them all. You can watch them in any order because you're watching this desynced from time, pre-recorded anytime that you like. Or if you've seen them all, then maybe you can see them all again, or find a friend and watch them together with those, maybe a play group. Anyways, this show and all of my recordings and all of my creations, rather, are powered by Patreon. You can see the patrons scrolling by your screen right there. Friendetta uploads every single Monday, whether it's very early or in some cases very late. But either way, if you're watching this on a Monday, then that means you are one of the first people to see it. If you're watching it later in the week, it means you have only a few short days until the next installment. I'm Scarizard. We are the Friendetta crew, and I appreciate your watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week.